Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're talking about the holy trinity of lenses for outdoor production. In our opinion, this would be the holy trinity of lenses for outdoor production. Usually when you hear content creators talk about the holy trinity of lenses, and photographers specifically, they talk about the 16-35, 24-70, 70-200. For the most part, we agree with that, but we replace the 24-70 with the 24-105 for reasons that we'll get into in a little bit. But I just kind of wanted to run down what we use each lens for photography and videography. Starting off on the wider end, most people talk about 16-35. This just so happens to be my personal lens. It's a Tamron. Tamron does 17-28. So anytime you hear me talk about 16-35 or 17-28, I'm talking about this lens of mine specifically. What I love about it, it's 2.8. I love putting it on a tripod and ground blinds when we're filming whitetail hunts for a second angle, or on a camera arm mount in a tree for a second angle. It's better than a GoPro, obviously, because it goes on a mirrorless. You get depth of field, you get color options, you get dynamic range, and it's just another full 4K option if you have that on your DSLR for video. As far as pictures, a lot of the wide angles, the 16-35s, the 17-28s have really good close focus, so you can get really close to something but still stay wide. For photography, I'll put it on my FX6 for location shots, and honestly, I'll use it in rednecks too, just to get a super wide angle with my FX6 for interviews. Moving on to the 24-105, if I had to only have one lens in this Hebrew Trinity, obviously it's going to be the 24-105. You can get as wide as 24. You can zoom all the way out to 105. With today's cameras filming 4K, 105 turns into 210 because you have a 2x crop factor if you edit in 1080 but you film in 4K. The megapixels in today's picture cameras, you can zoom that into almost a 200mm lens as well. And what I love about it is it's a constant f4. So a lot of times what you get between big zoom range lenses is you have a variable aperture. Well, this stays at f4 the entire time. It doesn't matter if I'm at 24mm or 105mm, I'm at f4. I love 2.8 lenses, but the reality is it's hard to keep things in focus at 2.8 in a documentary setting when you're filming animals or people talking or anything where there's just a lot of action, and it's not in a super controlled environment. I love this lens because it's f4 and it's just honestly easier to keep things in focus. For photography, this is what I'm carrying in my backpack on my DSLR on elk hunts, mule deer hunts, really anything out west where I'm not too worried about weight, but I just know I don't want to carry 3 lenses around. I'm carrying a mirrorless in this because I can do hero shots with it, I can do product shots with it, I can do landscape. It really is the most versatile lens in the entire Hebrew Trinity. The 70-200 is usually referred to as the money shot lens or the kill lens. If you're on a shoot, you're filming a kill, you're filming animals, you have the 70-200 on. If I only had one lens for hero shots, it's the 70-200 2.8. I can zoom all the way in to 200, put it at 2.8, fill the frame, and that's where you get those super steezy hero pics. It's awesome for product photography because you can zoom in, most of them have really good close focus, and you can fill the frame with the product that you're wanting to photograph. And even though it is a big lens, it's really, really hard to take a bad photo with a 70-200. So that's really it. This isn't the typical Hebrew Trinity, but this is the quote Hebrew Trinity that we think works best for outdoor content creation. You've got everything from 16 or 17mm all the way out to 200. You have 2 lenses in here that are 2.8, which gives you some depth of field and some better low light options, but you also have an all-around documentary type lens if you only had to have one. So if you have any other questions, make sure to comment down below. We'll answer those questions for you, and we'll see you in the next video.